So this is attempt number 3, and this is just me kind of going over what happened with our t-shirts. This is the 3rd time I'm attempting this because one of the first times I was using 2 phones to record myself, and one was at an angle where it's straight at me, and another one was kind of just more for audio backup. And of course I didn't press play, so that was one of them. The other one, I believe I said the word probably 30 times in, I don't even know, a few minutes. And so going through 45 minutes of footage trying to edit out me saying just wasn't worth it after I had already spent 2 hours trying to figure it out. So this time I feel like I'm a little bit more relaxed. I say the word okay. But I was just thinking the reason I'm a little bit more relaxed is because I just didn't really sleep well last night. It's not ideal because I don't really have makeup on right now, and that is kind of a fear of mine, is to people see me like a naked face. But I don't know, when I say it and I'm looking at the camera and I'm just letting you know that that's kind of a fear, it's actually not a fear anymore. It's like just speaking it and just saying, okay, like, this is me, this is what you get. Weird, right? Maybe because I'm reading this book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. Something like that. Anyway, so this was kind of a long time coming, just explaining what happened with our t-shirts. The last video I made was about 45 minutes long, but I'm gonna try not to keep it that long just because maybe the dates aren't very specific. Or I mean, not specific, but they're not as important as I maybe thought they were. To an extent they are, but I'll kind of briefly go over this and let you know kind of what happened with the screw up of the t-shirts. So, but I do want to say I did learn a lot. If we didn't go through that entire crazy, I think 2 or 3 month process of these t-shirts and them not coming back, I wouldn't have learned. This would have happened another time down the road, and maybe it would have been a bigger batch, and that would have sucked. So I'm glad, because it was only 25 t-shirts that it happened to. So April 8th, I emailed them for a quote. I told them I had 25 supplied shirts. A little backstory on that: I researched a bunch of shirts. I researched maybe 8 to 10, contacted a bunch of wholesalers, got about 8 to 10. So now I have like a bunch of black shirts, which I love, and they're blank. So what we were looking for was, if the shoulder fits, if your armpit fits, if it's too close to your neck, if it's too low from your neck. What else? Oh, shrinking, because I wanted 100% cotton because I knew I wanted discharged screen printing. And what else? Oh yeah, if the black comes out, if you wash it like 5-10 times, is it gonna kind of start to fade away? That was a big concern as well. So got a quote for front 1 color and back 2 colors. Like I said, they were black shirts. They emailed me back pretty quickly that day. I emailed them back asking if discharge was going to be the same price as the regular screen printing. I want to say it's called Plastisol, but they never emailed me back. So I ended up calling them a few days later. And okay, so sorry, I'm like a little nervous because where I'm at right now, I'm against a window and I'm really high up, so I'm really afraid of heights. So I'm just like, okay, it's fine. But I keep kind of like looking down the corner of my eye, so that's why, like, if I stop, it's just me reminding myself that I'm not falling. Okay. So they didn't respond back. I called them. They told me that it was the same price. I dropped all the shirts off on the 17th of April. Found out that the quote included t-shirts. Oh yeah, they included in the quote that they were supplying us the t-shirts. So it was kind of nice because it chopped off maybe like $150. So I was able to get a tag printed in the inside, which I wasn't gonna do. Where it says the size and then it has a logo and it says washing information. And okay, so then I emailed them designs. They emailed me back a proof on the 22nd. I emailed them a revision. I'm really kind of anal about the design, and it just really wasn't perfect, so I had to kind of redo it. They updated the mock-up, and 10 days later, to our surprise, because they said 2 to 3 weeks, 10 days later they were ready. So May 1st, they're ready to pick up. Came in that Friday, which was the 3rd, and I was just by myself. And oh yeah, so the reason I came in that Friday, I tried to verify with them over email. They never responded, so I called them the next day just to confirm. And yeah, so that was kind of a strike too, right? Never responding back to email. Like, these are super simple questions, like, you know. Anyways, so went to pick them up. They quickly showed me one of them. They were closing. I always come super close to closing time just because I get off work and their times with their store. Anyways, then when I got down to the train, I opened up the box and I looked at them closer, and I realized that I was really excited. Obviously, I was super excited. To see your own design in a shirt was wild, but it was kind of chipping. Like, I don't have a screen printed shirt, but if you have a screen printed shirt on right now and you kind of pull it, you can see, well, maybe you can, maybe you can't, but what happened with that one was you can see the ink. You could literally see the ink, and you could see it coming off, and you could peel it off with your finger. And I had a little bit of a bummy ride home, but then I got home, showed Sam, and we went through all of them. And it was super sad because not only were they peeling off, I believe we found at least 2 holes in them. Stains, chipping, what else? I have a list of everything, and I just wanted to read the email if I can remember my password. All right, so I believe, yeah, so I was really upset, and I decided to obviously take pictures, and I emailed them back. I said, hey, thank you guys for printing our t-shirts and having them back before they were due, or be back before the due date. We just got home and are pretty bummed after taking a closer look at the shirts. A few of them have stains on them. The white on all the shirts are peeling already. Some, if you rub your finger over them, the ink is actually completely coming off. There's pieces of hair or dust in majority of them, and a few have one have a hole in it. We think the blue was the only part that was discharged. The blue was the only consistent quality throughout each shirt. We are hoping all the designs could have been discharged as well. Attached are a few examples. We are planning on launching a brand with these shirts, and I don't think we can with such inconsistencies. Is there anything we can do to fix this? I appreciate it, Megan. And I'll show you some pictures. And the next day, hey Megan, I'm really sorry about the issues with the shirts. We can talk on Monday and figure out a solution. Sorry for the inconvenience. And yeah, I didn't get any kind of response back that Monday. So I don't know, maybe I was just thinking, okay, they're super busy. They said that they would reprint them, so I was glad about that. It was a little awkward when I went back with the t-shirts. They explained that they printed over the discharge because some people, if you've seen a discharge shirt, the white isn't as bright, but I knew that going into it. The reason I wanted discharge is because I had really intricate details, and I didn't want a regular print or like a regular screen printing ink to come off. I was really worried about that. So yeah, so they did that. They put ink on top of the discharge and didn't ask me about it. And I guess that was kind of frustrating for me because I already knew what I had done in the research, so I knew that it was going to be off-white. So flash forward to the 23rd, asking them if they had finished. It was like 17 days later, and there's no response. I had emailed them. So the next few days, like, I called them the next day, and their phone wasn't working, like it was disconnected. So then you start panicking, you know, you're just sitting there like, are they out of business? Did they move? what happened? Am I gonna get my money back? Like, all these things are going through your head. And I emailed them again, and I was kind of panicked. Then I said, da, da, da. Good afternoon. I haven't heard from anyone in about 3 weeks, and I'm reaching out again to see if there are any updates. Thank you. Hello, we're working on it. Sorry for the delay. We got pretty slammed the past couple of weeks, and we'll let you know as soon as they're ready. And at this point, I'm kind of tight because you kind of screwed up our shirts, you know? I supplied them to you. Thankfully, you had the shirts in stock because you used those shirts, but then it's been 3 weeks. Did we like go to the end of the list? You know, even though it was kind of your mistake. I don't know. As a business, if I was a screen printing business and I made a mistake like that and I had holes and there was stains and, you know, all these things, like, I guess, I don't know, I would have wanted to fix it. So anyways, they said, I said back, thank you for the update. The communication hasn't been the best since the very beginning, with unanswered questions, starting with the quote all the way up to now. We reached out about a week ago, and I totally understand being busy, but the lack of passing on quick information has caused delays for us starting a business. I know that our order was small compared to others, but wish we felt more valued. The first round of shirts printed were peeling, there's holes in the shirts, and it's a bummer that after a month of waiting on the reprint, we went to the bottom of the list. This has been about 2 months in the making, and although I'm grateful for the time that has been spent to help with Although I'm grateful for the time that has been spent and help with the prints, I would appreciate if I could have the 25 t-shirts back along with the money we paid up front. This experience has made me realize that I would like to move forward with another company. Please let me know if this can be arranged, and one of us will be there tomorrow to pick up the shirts and money. Thank you so much. So, yeah, that same day, they responded back and said, Megan, we have the shirts already underway, and we'll have them finished and ready for you to pick up by next Tuesday morning. My apologies for the miscommunication. We did not put you to the bottom of the list. Our shop was down for about a week due to equipment upgrades, so everyone's job were pushed back a bit. We are back in full swing now and are diligently working to finish everything as soon as possible. Your order is certainly a priority for us, and we'll do anything possible to make it satisfactory as possible. If you truly need your money back and do not want to have the order reprinted, let me know, and we will halt the process and discontinue our work. Please advise, and we will do whatever you wish. So I slept on it because, you know, I'm kind of the person who's like, give them a second chance, you know? But I guess my gut kind of said not to. And talking to people, there was different opinions, but ultimately I'm going to go with my gut because, like I said, I think what are we at, like 3 or 4 emails that haven't been responded back to. And it's cool, like, I totally would have understand if they would have just kept me updated. And I mean, I guess other clients too, like, was I the only one who had questions for 3 weeks? Like, where's my stuff? Like, in my head, I'm like, it was a simple, you know, email blast to everybody, like, hey, our machines are down, we're doing a quick upgrade, super sorry, pushing you guys back like a week or 2, hope that's okay. If it's not, please let me know. Like, that's what a 5-10 minute kind of template to do, to just email to your clients. But anyways, I wanted to sleep on it just to make sure that I felt the same way in the morning, and I did. I guess what I tell people too when they kind of aren't understanding why I didn't really give them another chance was, it's kind of like when you first start dating somebody, right? You just want communication. You know, if you've been with somebody for a long time too, you want to be able to talk to them, and you just want to go through all these, like, not, you know, unread text messages or read text messages and, like, missed phone calls, and you're just waiting there for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like, are you gonna wait for somebody that long? Like, I don't know, maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't, but I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to go into business with them and then think next time, you know, they didn't communicate this time, why are they gonna communicate next time? So I wrote back and said, good morning, I appreciate your email back. I totally understand the pushback and wish that was communicated earlier. We would like to discontinue the work. In the first round of printing, we supplied 25 black, next level 100% cotton t-shirts. If we could have those along with our money, that would be great. So they said, okay, we have the shirts and everything. If you want to come grab them, might have to PayPal the money over to you. So this was Friday, the 31st of May. And I guess Sam ran out there to grab the t-shirts and they didn't have them. So that was super frustrating because I literally just read, we have the t-shirts and everything if you want to come grab them. Friday, May 31st. I just remember us trying to go out there a few times. So he went out there, they said, okay, we're not gonna have, we don't have them. We're gonna order them, we should have the shipment tomorrow. We will call you. No phone call. So we call them. We don't have them. The next day, or that same day, they were like, okay, we'll call you tomorrow because they should for sure be in the next day. They don't call us. We call them. Every single time we called them. I want to say this went back and forth for a week, not every single day, but it was just really frustrating. It was just kind of like, geez. And then they were like, oh, sorry for, them not being ready when you came to pick them up. We threw in a few extra shirts. And I was like, okay, cool. Didn't really faze me because I'm like, I'm over this. And plus I was a little bummed out, but what was wild, they shorted us on a few sizes. I believe that there was 2 sizes that they shorted us on, and then they gave us extra, like I remember for a fact they gave us extra smalls. And so I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, they didn't give us any XXLs back. So it's just kind of like, whatever. To be honest, I didn't even email them back because, and I probably should have, to just say, hey, like, you made a mistake again. I don't understand. You had the t-shirts. Did you not, like, put them in inventory? Like, what is happening? But at this point, I was just like, all right, just give me the damn t-shirt. I'm gonna have to order extra. And yeah, so that's kind of what happened. And it's pretty discouraging. So I want to say, let me like look back onto email. So yeah, June, what is it? July? No, it's August. So yeah, that was just kind of crazy. So the next time we went about it, just really looked at people's social media, looked at people's reviews, looked at websites, looked at a lot of different things, made phone calls and emails, and picked differently this time, and made a spreadsheet and did it the right way. Well, I felt like it was a more organized way, and I feel really good about the person that we're working with. Super excited because we're getting them back. They emailed me yesterday and said they should be back and ready by the end of this week, which tomorrow's Friday. So I'm excited. We did have one kind of glitch, I will say, and that was because one of the two of the designs didn't print these really tiny details, which was a little bit of a bummer. And literally one of them was just a line, and you can go on the Instagram and see the line. And they were like, okay, well, if you keep it this way, it's all right. Like, it depends. It's like, we think it's okay, but it's totally your design preference. And I don't know, I just felt like I worked on these designs for such a long time. Like, everything has a meaning, so I didn't want to, oh my gosh, excuse me. I didn't want to kind of half-ass it and be like, oh, no big deal. So of course I paid extra for them to make another screen, and did that with the Inca design too. So I don't know, I guess I just want to see everything through, I don't want to just say, oh, it's okay, like, I made a mistake. I admit it, like, I made the designs too tiny. I had no idea if they were even gonna work in the first place. I had no idea. So it was kind of just trial and error, and now I know how big I can make them, or how like small or tiny details that I can make for discharge printing. And that's another lesson. And like I said, I'm glad. We accidentally wasted 3 shirts, but they went ahead and reordered them, so we got pushed back a week. And but it's kind of like, it's whatever. It's not whatever, it's okay. I'm all right with it, because now it gave me another extra week to look at websites and what am I going to do with the website. Am I going to get a template, which is what I'm looking at right now, because it saves me so much more time. And like my friend Ronnie always says, that you should always outsource everything. And that's kind of what I'm doing. Like, I know enough to be dangerous, right? Like, coding wise, but I'm going to outsource the entire template, put in all my stuff, get everything ready. If I want to change things, I can go into the code and change them. I have a really good friend who can do a lot of web work. I have somebody actually reached out to me today, and they're actually the reason why I'm doing this, because I was just kind of I wasn't gonna talk about the shirts. I was like, okay, whatever, it's been like a month since all of this, month or two since this happened, whatever. But somebody's like, hey, I really like your voice and you could do a podcast. And I was like, oh man, I was like, the first thing that came to my mind was, wow, that was super nice that they gave me a compliment on something that I'm a little like uneasy about. And this came to my mind because it's always been in the back of my head. I want to talk about the t-shirts and the process and what happened, and that kind of just gave me like a little boost to do this in the midst of getting everything ready. And I think this is kind of nice to just talk, take a minute to talk. And yeah, so if you made it through the entire video, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Probably I'm not gonna like how I'm saying and a lot, probably substitute that for but see you next time.